Hello, welcome and welcome back. I'm Aidan Swan and this is Ink for Artists, in which I test inks from the point of view of an artist. Today we are going to be testing Mont Blanc Permanent Black. Permanent Black doesn't come in as big a bottle as the Mystery Black. It comes in a 50ml, where the Mystery Black comes in a 60ml. However, it does make up for its slightly smaller size with the intensity of colour. It is not permanent, and like the name says, it is just as water-soluble as the Mystery Black, which suits me fine. However, if you are looking for a permanent black that is water-resistant, you will need to look a little bit further than this. Now, this was the second ink that I ever owned, and you may ask, why get two identical-looking blacks? And the answer is that they're not identical. The Mystery Black is a very warm purple black, while the Permanent Black is a cool blue black. For the record, for those who are interested, I am writing with an antique Victorian Norse silver pen with antique nib, and the brushes that I'm using are Winsor Newton Series 7 and Raphael. The Winsor Newton are sable, the Raphael is a synthetic. So let's test. Same as last time. We do a wet on wet and then a wet on dry. So we've got our dry ink to dry and wetting the paper for the wet on wet. You can immediately see the second that ink touches the wet that it separates out into this very rich, it starts off as almost a green blue, and then as it dries, it goes more true blue. There is a tiny bit of a very rich red that comes out if you work with it very thickly. However, you need to be working pretty much jet black and then running a bit of water through it to get that red to come out. So it's pretty rare, but it is there. When bruising it back, you can see the bits of that red coming through. I love working with dripped ink, so let's hold it vertically and get it to do some interesting things. This ink, like the Mystery Black, is a very wet ink. It does take quite a while to dry, so you can get a lot of really beautiful, very wet effects like this. And like the Mystery Black, it's a foolproof ink for a beginner. Now our second line has dried, and you can see that the second the water touches it, it pulls. And with reworking it, you can get all of those beautiful, very, very, very pale blue greys. So in working with shades, this is an ideal ink to be doing monochrome paintings. Here's a comparison between the Mystery Black card and the Permanent Black card, and you can see on the Mystery Black that purple coming through, and on the Permanent Black immediately there's the blue. In the chromatography, you can see that there is far more of that vivid turquoise as well as a mauve undertone, and the tiny bits of the red coming through. compared to the mystery black, which is very, very pink. Now, today we are going to paint a secretary bird. I would be hard-pressed to ever choose a bird as a favourite, or even a top 50 birds. However, if I were forced to, I think the secretary bird would definitely be way up top. Its Latin name, Sagittarius serpentarium, it sounds magical. And as another Sagittarius who also loves snakes, we're two of a kind. Although I tend to prefer to not have them for breakfast, unlike the secretary bird. But you can just see by the sheer quantity of secretary birds that I've painted how much I do love them. As always, the best way of seeing exactly how an ink works, how it shades, how it flows, is to paint with it. And you can already see, even in the very beginning of this little painting, that you can just get so many tones from this ink without even trying. In this little painting, I'm using 3 other inks aside from the Permanent Black. I'm using 2 Diamine inks, the yellow and the fire ember in the bird's face, and I'm using a Wattle Gall ink, which I made, in his legs. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank my patrons. You guys are the absolute best. I adore you. And if you'd like to become a patron, help support my art and this channel and all the other stuff that I do have a Patreon, and the links are in the comments. And voila, there he is, our Sagittarius serpentarius, the secretary bird. As we're coming to the end of this painting, I would love it if you'd like and subscribe. As always, I would love to hear your feedback on this ink. What do you think about this ink? Have you used it? Would you like to try it? Leave me a comment. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. And I'll see you next time.